Alrighty. Okay, I think we are all set. Thank you so much for being on, and we can't wait to learn from you.
Absolutely. Thank you. Well, hey, everybody. My name is Emily Roberts. I'm 27. Currently, I think Plexus youngest diamond, but I know that will change soon. We have so many young people like on the horizon in jewel ranks, and it's just a beautiful thing to witness. My journey started in 2014. I actually started in Texas while my husband was deployed for about 2 months. Then we moved back to California where my husband was stationed. So the basis of my level ones are in California. And then I moved to Virginia right around when I went Ruby. So I was like, well, great. How am I supposed to keep doing this? I don't know anyone in Virginia. I've never even been to Virginia. Well, I met some wonderful ladies in Virginia. About 40 people grew our East Coast team, and I became the first Virginia jewel at Emerald the same month I graduated college. And then 2 months later, I found out we were pregnant with baby 2, my little boy. And 2 months after that, Sapphire happened. It was insane. That was in 2015 as well. And then I think you guys might hear this term a lot, or maybe you are using it, and we're going to stop using it today. I'm going to give you some tips on how to do that. But maybe you found yourself saying, I got stuck at, or I've been stuck at, or I've been stuck with just one ambassador, or I'm stuck at gold, or I'm stuck at senior gold. We're going to stop saying that. I hate that word. And I don't hate a lot of things, but I hate that because, in all honesty, what we do, residual income can come from any rank, whether you're silver, gold, senior gold, sapphire, whatever you have been, and like whatever slowed you down, whatever rank you were at, you were still making residual income. That's not a bad place to be. Is it frustrating? Absolutely. But there are some things that made that happen, okay? And the first thing that I had to realize, because everything slowed down for me at Sapphire, it was an 11-month journey after that to Diamond. When things slowed down at Sapphire, I had to relax. I had to review, and then I had to renew. And a couple things that I did with that. So I just had found out that I was pregnant with baby 2, and here I am in this dual position within 10 months of being a Plexus ambassador, and I was kind of freaking out. That's a lot to learn and take on in 10 months. It's really exciting, but it was a lot to take on. I didn't know a thing about leadership skills. I was learning to be a mom. I didn't know a thing about this industry. I was slowly learning how to be a product of the product. I had some really fantastic postpartum results, but I was working out really hard and I was being consistent. I'll get to that in a minute. And I needed to find a way to just kind of relax for a minute and just, appreciate what had taken place over those last 10 months. So if you're a silver ambassador, congratulations. You are fabulous, because I personally believe that the ranks of silver and gold are just as hard to achieve as diamond. And I know what you're thinking. What is this crazy woman talking about? It is nerve-wracking to talk to 3 people about something that is so hated, especially on social media, and that is the way that we run most of our businesses. And it is so hard to put yourself out there. So congratulations, because you did it and 3 people trusted you. And then you have to think about getting a couple more on board, right? And helping those people grow. So gold is just as terrifying. And then you have to maintain that growth, right? You have to help people love their products. And not everyone's going to love them. And then you're like, well, why not? I love them. Look at me. Come on. And people just don't get it. So after I relaxed and took a breather, I started personal growth. You guys, if you're not reading a network marketing book, get your hands on GoPro. Eric Worre is the author. He does specials every now and then. I think last week it was like $5. So follow him on Facebook or Twitter and get your hands on that book, GoPro for Network Marketers. That was a book I read in between Emerald and Sapphire, and it was like light bulb after light bulb went off, because I was the salesiest person ever, and I didn't even know it. I thought I was just so awesome. And then I went back and was rereading some of my posts and watching some of my videos, and I'm like, who let me put that out there? Oh my goodness. So get your hands on that book and relax and enjoy what you have accomplished. maybe you don't have a team yet. Maybe you have one customer. Maybe you got your first Facebook post out there. Give yourself a pat on the back. These are scary things that you are accomplishing because you are now an entrepreneur, okay? You're sharing because you love it and you believe in it and you want others to feel the same way. So relax and enjoy that process a little bit. Now, the second thing I had to do when I felt kind of slowed down was, excuse me, was renew. I got too excited. I'm choking. I had to renew. And by renew, I mean, I kind of had to reflect a little bit and renew my goals and get myself back on track. So the first thing I did was create a product regimen for myself. I love the triplex combo. I've used it since 2014. I think it's like one of the best combos ever. It's great because I'm very pregnant with baby 3 and my OB loves it. And the other 2 OBs that I met in different places in the world, they loved it too. And so I feel like I can recommend it to anybody. I just love it. When I'm not nursing or breastfeeding or pregnant, I love Accelerator Plus. That is like my happy pill, y'all. And I'm usually a pretty happy person, but if you ask my husband, I'm sure he would beg to differ. And I love Accelerator. So that's like usually my go-to regimen year round. Now, what happens when you stop taking products, right? They stop working, okay? So I had to figure out, I had to renew my mindset. Like, okay, I'm going into this. I can't eat Jack in the Box tacos at midnight just because I can't sleep, because that will go straight to my hips and that will make my cholesterol go through the roof. Those are some things I can't do. So I had to change my mindset. So we had to go to the grocery store and we had to buy some good food, some clean food. We stayed on those outer aisles, you know what I'm talking about, the deli, the fruit, the vegetables, stuff that I'm learning to love. I was not a vegetable eater. You guys, a little secret, I did not eat rice until I was 19. I was like the pickiest eater ever. So I totally get it. Trying new things. Again, it's scary, but guess what? You tried Plexus. That was something new at one point. So we're going to try vegetables. Yes? Yes. We're going to change our mindset and we're going to renew because we're not stuck. We're not stuck. We're just in a learning period. We're in a process of growth. And it stinks, and sometimes it takes longer than you expected, but you're going to learn a lot. You're going to learn a lot about your body and your patients and your team and yourself. So I made myself that product regimen, and I was like, I am going to get all my products out. So what did I do? Where do I spend a lot of my time? Well, I was a stay-at-home mom. I was a college student at the time, and I had just wrapped up my associate's degree, and I found out I was pregnant. And so best thing that you can do, which any mother, like if you ask your mom, what did you do? She will say, get that baby on a routine so that when the second baby comes, that's a routine that you can continue and you don't feel cray-cray, because Lord knows children can make us cray-cray. So that's what I did. I got my products out. I left them on the counter. And then I went into my back office and I made sure I had my monthly subscription in place, because you stop taking your products, they stop working. And then you get upset because all of a sudden you're fat again and you're like, what happened? It happens, you guys. I get it. It's happened to me. Y'all have seen my videos on Facebook. I totally went there in December and I put it out there. I put out there how much I weighed and I asked for accountability. And in 3 months of being back on Triplex and Accelerator, not only did I lose 25 pounds, but I got pregnant with a 3rd baby because I was looking good. So when you take your products, they work. So, I made so many of you guys blush. I'm sorry. That's just my personality. We're from the South and we say what's on our minds. So, I got into my account. I created my backup order because that was something I needed personally, because I didn't have that discipline to log in and manually order. The beauty of Plexus is that they have provided little things just like a convenience order for your convenience. So use it. Log in and create one. There's no reason why you shouldn't have the triplex in there. The BioCleanse is not scary. Your diet is probably scary, and that's what's making BioCleanse scary. I'm just saying. So get yourself back on your products, and then you can message me and go, oh my gosh, Emily, you were right. In 3 months, you're going to be feeling real good, maybe pregnant. I don't know. Maybe you don't want to be, so hopefully not. But if you do want to be, congratulations. Because you were like, look, what happens when everything is in alignment? Because you renewed your mindset and your product regimen, and then you renewed your goals. So let's renew our goals, right? So we're being a product of the product. We're being consistent. We're showing our team. We get our products every month, monthly. If you can't afford that, just real quick, if you cannot afford your products monthly, I have been there. I want you to know when I first joined, I sold things out of my closet, off my walls. I house sat, dog sat, yes, dog sat, and babysat my nieces and nephews to make sure I had money lined up because my husband, the skeptic of all skeptics, if you've seen my diamond doc, you know, he ain't gonna have it. There was gonna be no, can I have $50 to get my Plexus products? Oh no, he did not, we didn't say the P word in our house, okay? I had my cell phone data turned off by this guy. That's how skeptical he was. He didn't even want me on my phone. So if you can't afford it, you have a spouse that doesn't want you to buy it, been there, done that, bought the t-shirt, okay? What do? You get with your upline, the person that you trusted and joined, you link arms and you say, help me earn a dang paycheck. I'm just like, no pressure, but I mean, help me earn a paycheck. And they can work with you. It's great. Guess what? They secretly love it. They love it when you message them and say, I want your help. We get so excited. I don't know what it is about it, but we do. So ask them for help. We know some things, I think. I mean, we know a couple things. We're not like perfectionists. We don't know all the things, but we know things that can help you earn a paycheck so that you can cover those. Have yourself a launch event. When was the last time you had a sip and see in your neighborhood? Just like you are quick to throw out that garage sale sign, throw up a sip and see sign. You know, get at your community center and get together with some local ambassadors and put one together. Have one at church. You know, I did a stroller strides group on our base and when my husband was in the military. And I met with like 12 to 17 different mommies and their strollers because our kids went with us everywhere. We didn't have cars. We could only walk on base. And we would just walk to the park with our strollers and we'd work out together and just talk mommy stuff together. But that was the first group of women that I felt secure enough to bring up Plexus to. And they're almost all of them are on my team to this day, okay? And I'm talking anywhere from gold to senior ruby. These women, these were my people that I confided in. So find a way to get yourself out there and don't be afraid because you're not afraid. You're already fearless. You click join. That was like the hardest step. So you're already there. So just keep going. Use that. Now, we are ordering our products consistently. We're having a sip and see, setting some goals with our upline, right? We're asking for help. Yes. We're not stuck. We're in a growing process, right? Because we're renewing. So what else can we renew? I mentioned renewing your mindset, maybe some personal growth, reading your Bible, maybe reading some positive quotes on Pinterest. I have a girlfriend that's about to give birth and she's doing an in-home birth and I love what she has on her wall, okay? Not my personal cup of tea, but I think it's fabulous. She has words of affirmation in this little like collage on her wall. So when she's pushing and contracting, she can read, I can do this. I can do anything for 2 minutes, right? Imagine you're in labor. Some of you have already been there. In those 2 minutes of contractions, when your doctor is like, push, 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 and you're like, no, like get out of my face. That's kind of how you feel in your Plexus business, right? Your uplines are like, order, 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 share, share, share. And you're like, get out of my face, I'm trying, you know? We have those moments. So stop for a second and renew. Take a deep breath, just like you're in labor, and think about that for a second. What I like to do when I feel like everyone is sucking the life out of me, including Plexus, because sometimes that can happen, and I renew my mindset, I quit for 24 hours, okay? Now, Julie and Christina, before you freak out on me, I'm not telling your whole team to quit, but for 24 hours, you have permission to walk away because guess what? There's no emergencies in network marketing. That is the beauty of all freedom, right? We preach about this Plexus freedom that we have because we're our own bosses. Use it. Use your freedom. Walk away for 24 hours. Come back with a clear mindset. Not only will you probably have a potential in your inbox because you weren't on Facebook for one whole day talking about the pink drink, right? You didn't grace your audience with the pink drink selfie for one whole day. They'll love you for it, I promise. But it gives you 24 hours to just kind of walk away and remember why you got started. I know when I get overwhelmed and worked up and I'm like, why am I doing this? Like, my kids are annoyed with me. I feel like the products, like I can't do anything when I'm pregnant. So like nobody's going to see my energy or my glow because I'm not rocking an 8-pack, you know. No, that's not what we're here for. We are the health and happiness company. So if you are not feeling healthy and happy, what are you talking about? What are you sharing with people? It's time to renew and remember that and go back to your health and happiness feelings. Now, lastly, I said to review. Okay, let's reflect on how we got to where we were. Whether you joined yesterday or you've been at this thing for 3 or 4 years and you're thinking to yourself, I have been silver way too long. I have been gold way too long. We're not going to say that I've been stuck for 7 months. No, you have been in a position in your life, in your business for way too long. That's all we're going to say because it's still a blessing. It's residual income. It's a great place to be. We can still talk about that. Now, no one has to know that you were miserable in those 11 months that you were sitting at silver, right? The outside world knows that you're a silver. You're in a top percentage of the company because silver ambassadors are awesome and they're bringing in $442 annually for their families. That's what the outside world needs to know. They don't need to know, yeah, Plexus is not the best because I'm still silver. No, this is your journey. Put those blinders back on and pay attention to what didn't happen last year that can happen this year and the rest of the summer moving forward. So let's review. For me personally, when I was Sapphire and I was like, I'm a diamond in my heart. I want to be a diamond on my paycheck. That's what I started telling myself. And maybe that's what you need to tell yourself. I don't know. I'm super blue personality. So if you know anything about the color personalities, I am as blue as they come. Maybe you can tell. And then my secondary by 1 point is red. So I'm like totally at battle with myself all the time. I want to have fun, but I got to get busy. I want to have fun, but I got to get busy. So I always have to stop and reflect on what is not going right. And that is hard because when you do that, that means you have to admit that you aren't good at something. And then you have to ask for help. And sometimes asking for help is so scary. So that's what I would get with my upline when you're reflecting. And I would say, you know, I've been using these products since I joined. This is what you told me to join with. I don't feel like they're working for me. I need to change my regimen. I need to try something new. Did you know we have 18 products? If you've been using the same 3 products since 2014, it's time to try the other 15 products, you guys. I freaking love Plexus Ease. It stinks, but it's amazing, especially being pregnant and having all kinds of weird pains and you don't know where it's coming from. Let me just say that. I love our products, so try something new. Secondly, if you were only doing online events, you never had an in-home party, you never did a 7-day training for your team, you never did a book study, let's try something new that way. Let's change our leadership skills. You know, John Maxwell, the king of leadership, let me tell you, besides Jesus, he kind of like nails it. There's a book out there if you really want to grow as a leader. And I'm talking to my people that are gold and above. There's a book called The 21 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership. And one of the chapters talks about the law of the lid. If you're capping out your leadership skills, no wonder you're not moving and advancing and promoting, right? Another thing is if you're not being consistent, you can choose whatever method you want, but you have to do it consistently. I think that's the beauty of my business, is if you ask my husband, if you ask my mom, if you ask my team, they will tell you I've never missed a day to share with someone. I've never missed a day to train my team some way, somehow, whether it was something I personally learned, like, hey, by the way, don't do this, people get mad, or hey, you should do this, people love it. I never missed a day to share that with my team, and I think it shows. And the cool thing about sitting at that rank of Sapphire was I learned a lot. I was not mentally prepared to be a diamond. And it helped me be a better mom because I had a routine. And while I was reflecting on what I wasn't doing in leadership, how I wasn't taking my products, you know what? I learned what I wasn't giving my family. You know, I learned I needed to set business hours. My husband was like, love me, touch me, feel me, like all men, right? Most men. He was like, where you at, girl? And I was like, I'm on my phone, go away. I need to be a diamond. And he was like, I don't understand. And then my kids, a 1-year-old and a newborn or 2-year-old and a newborn, they don't understand diamonds. So include them. Compromise with your family, your shareholders, if you are a Carrie Wilkerson fan, and reflect on what didn't happen last year as a family so that you can all pull together on what's coming up and you can work together. I think the greatest thing I ever did was sit down with my husband and show him my back office. Like, look at this. There's this thing called Excel. Don't like it. It's a little terrifying, but you can put reports in it and it pulls up all the names. And my husband was like, oh, wow, this is like a legitimate business. And I was like, yeah, it is. Hi, this is my why, one of them. I had to show my husband my seriousness and my consistency. He saw how great it was to post on Facebook, but I was slacking in leadership. I was slacking in motherhood. I was slacking in my product intake. So after you have reflected on your year, what can change, right? There's always room for growth and change. So those are the 3 things that I personally do when I feel like my business is stagnant. When I feel like promotions aren't happening, on my team, or if I feel like my products aren't doing their job, well, it's probably because I'm not taking them. So these are some things and tips that I always go back to. And it's the 3 R's. It's very, very simple. Relax, renew, and review. And that's something that you can duplicate down with your teams when they are having a bad day and they feel like they want to quit. Now, I will open it up for some questions because I see a bunch in the chat, so I'm trying to play catch up. I'm not sure. Oh, okay, Julie and Christina are still on. Cool. Someone had a question, but I lost it. So if you have any questions, I don't bite. Feel free to ask a question. I still have about 5-10 minutes. And thank you for all the comments. You guys are awesome. You are so nice. Yes, events. I'm seeing lots of stuff about events. An event can be you and 2 people. Like, go outside to your neighbor's house. Hey, Teresa, have I ever let you try my pink drink? And Teresa's like, no, but I see it on Facebook all the time. Okay, come over. Hey, Stacey, can you come over for a second? I'm showing Teresa my pink drink. I don't think you've tried the new one. Come on over. That's an event. That is a sip and see. They sip it and they see if they like it, and then you share your testimony. It does not have to be this huge, lavish, crazy event that you spend a lot of money on. No, it can be completely free, and it might cost you 2 packets of Slim, but you might change 2 people's life. So think about that the next time you feel like you aren't going anywhere in your business. Invite 2 people over and share the drink with them. Eric Worre, GoPro, yes. Any other questions? Christina or Alyssa or Julie, do you have any questions? Anybody? I'm asking because I can hear my kids. They're getting closer and closer. One already made his way in here. Anybody?
Thank you so much for your honesty and just sharing it, how it is, because it's exactly true. And I really liked your, relax, renew, and review. That was so, so helpful.
Awesome.
Thank you so much.
Welcome.
Anybody else have any questions before we unmute and say goodbye? All right, I'm going to unmute everybody. Everybody wave and say bye. Thank you, Emily.
Thank you.
Awesome. Thanks, y'all.
Thank you, Emily. You're awesome. I got a lot of young ones on my team. They needed to hear this.